Is there any particular fucking reason they do that?
Because they're assholes. So yeah, that's why the stream went offline. Is because fucking Spectrum hit their box
Yeah,
and they updated it. I don't know why they updated it every day at midnight, but every night at midnight exactly. You'll know it because it blows the whole fucking internet up, and you're just like, God damn it, you can't use your internet.
yeah.
It's annoying as
So
shit.
yeah, go watch the go watch the video I linked in the Global Mods chat. It's fucking hilarious.
I bet. Okay. There we go. Okay, now let's see if I can get this to work right. God damn, my firebox got cold. My fire temperature fell almost to the bottom again. That's fucking sucks. Shit balls. Do 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 do. Oops. I need to change those white flags to something else. I don't like them. What kind of gaming rig do you have at home there?
What game? What do you mean?
What gaming rig do you have?
Oh, I don't remember. It's some HP desktop. I don't remember. I remember I have the specs written down somewhere, but they're not on me right now. So it's okay. It'll play. I'll just give you an example of the games that it can play. Okay, it can play Heroes and Generals, Trains a New Era, World of Warships, War Thunder, to name a few. It can play all those games pretty well. I don't really have any issues playing them. So I don't know what that should tell you about its performance, performance-wise, but
Hmm. Might have to go re-rail the car. I do. How the fuck did that derail? Maybe I just came in too hot on the curve. Maybe. I'm gonna give you a hard time, Tony. When you get back with your train. No, he got yeeted out of the game. I don't know. Did he get blown off the game, Tony?
No, he's sitting in the. He got yeeted off, but then he logged back in.
That's what I was asking about. I wasn't sure if he got knocked out when the internet. I guess he got knocked out.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't get knocked out. I don't know why, but.
Mm-hmm. Cause he got yeeted out right as you got yeeted out, and then he rejoined.
What the fuck? God damn it, motherfucking game. Really? Seriously? Seriously. Unfucking believable.
Okay, I'm back.
Did you have fun?
Yeah. As fun could be, right?
Yeah. As fun can be, for sure.
So did you get totally yeeted out of the game as well?
No, I got it. I saved it. I don't know, man. It's weird. Didn't affect me
Okay,
at all.
cool.
Don't ask me. I couldn't tell you what happened there. Well, actually, I know what happened. Fucking Spectrum happened. At midnight every night, Spectrum re-hits their internet box and it fucks shit up. It's exactly what they did
I wonder
to me.
why they do that.
They
I wonder why.
give it updates or some fucking bullshit or whatever. But every night at midnight, without fail, you know you've gotten hit by Spectrum because it always knocks the fucking modem out. Without fail, 100% guaranteed every time.
Is your server name still ERR?
Yep, and the same password.
For some reason, I am not seeing it. Hold on, let me back completely out.
Are you fucking serious?
What's happened?
Trying to grab more cars and shit, and it's just everything seems to get fucked up for whatever fucking reason. I can't do it around this curve. It's real fucking annoying right now. Like really annoying to me.
For some reason, I do not see your server
Hmm.
on the list.
That's weird.
So, Tony, have you been following what's going to happen tomorrow?
Following what?
The world's gonna end,
The
maybe?
The James Webb Space Telescope, after 25 years, launches tomorrow. 25 years of development. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the project, but it's fucking ambitious. It's very, very sensitive, very ambitious, high probability of failure, but it'll be really impressive if it succeeds.
What is it supposed to do?
So basically, it's a replacement to Hubble that is infinitely more capable than Hubble. It's gonna sit in an orb. It's actually going to sit in what we call translunar space. A translunar kind of. I don't want to use the word orbit, but kind of orbit. Basically, the moon is 200,000 miles away from the Earth. 238,000. This is going to sit at about 1.3 million miles away from the Earth, in a position where the rotational speed that it's given when it leaves the Earth will be enough to hold it in place, and it's going to use the Earth to block out the sun, so it's going to hang out in Earth's shadow with the Earth mostly blocking the sunlight, so it can have a clear, clean, permanently low solar radiation viewing area to point its massive array into deep space and get really good pictures and data. Basically,
Oh, that's pretty badass.
Find this. Yeah. So it's gonna hang out 1 million miles further away from the sun than the Earth, in the Earth's relative shadow, and it's gonna sit there, kind of geosync. It'll follow as the Earth. The idea the Earth will always be between it and the sun. It will solar radiation, and it has a massive flex radiation shield. Radiation. So it will be a highly sensitive deep space, far more capable telescope than Hubble. Should be something on the orders of magnitude more capable than the Hubble telescope.
Yeah,
it launches
Hubble is
tomorrow from French Guiana on an Ariane rocket.
Nice. Who's launching it exactly?
ESA, European Space Agency, on an Ariane 5 rocket. But the reason why everybody's nervous is, one, it's very expensive. Two, it's taken a long time to develop. And three, it has over 300 single points of failure, meaning that if anything breathes, this rocket mission will fail. So it's very, very stressful.
So
It
why
basically has to go off without a hitch.
So why the potential for the high rate of failure then?
It has a the solar radiation shield has over 100 individual mechanisms involved in releasing it that all have to work perfectly. Because it's basically using kind of a pressurized release thing with what we would realistically call something similar to rope in space, how it's going to act. So it's very malleable, and it has to be done exactly right, or it won't deploy correctly.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Ben, I'm not seeing your server in here at all.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
give
I'm
me
not
a
seeing it
second.
on
Let
the
me
list at all.
save this game. I'll relaunch.
Excuse me. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and get off here anyway, because I actually gotta start some dishes, and then hit the sack.
Okay.
Cool. I'm probably also gonna pop off though. It's 11:30 here, and I should probably be going to bed soon.
Okay, it's only 12:30 here, so it's all good.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, I want to get some sleep in case there's a call while I'm asleep, because that shit's happened twice now in the last 2 nights. I've been woken up for a call, so I'd like to get a full night's sleep, but I don't control when someone calls 911. So.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. It's been a hell of a fucking week, though. Let me tell you, Tony. Before you pop off, I gotta tell you. So, guess what happened on Tuesday night? Fucking, we had a cardiac arrest patient and we got ROSC, which, that's kind of a. Let me word that a different way. We managed to bring them back, so that's pretty rare. That doesn't happen often. That's the first time in my career that we've had someone who was fully in cardiac arrest, and we shocked them, and we got them back.
Wow.
So we got the monitor on him. He was in pulseless VTAC. We shocked him. He switched over to a really deep junctional rhythm, and then after that, we gave him epi, and it kicked him over into normal sinus rhythm, and he was recovering well enough that they had to give him sedation drugs because we had an ET tube in when he got to the hospital, and he was starting to try and reject the ET tube. So they had to sedate him to prevent him from injuring himself with that. But yeah, that's the first time that's ever happened in my career. Every other time it was either not serious enough to need shocking, or if we did shock, they always ended up dying. So that's the first time in my 5 years as an EMT that's happened. So that was pretty crazy. We were dispatched like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like astonishing the amount of things that had to go right for that to happen.
Dang.
It's not that people don't try, but most of the time, the second someone has a cardiac arrest, someone doesn't find them. Like, the family will find them 5, 10, 20 minutes later, and by then, even if we get there quickly, we're working off of an insane time delay, and there's too much of a loss.
Yep.
That's the issue with a pre-hospital cardiac arrest when you're trying to treat it. You just can't get there quickly from when it happened.
Right.
And oftentimes there's other delays, like dispatch delays and, well, sometimes distance if they're really far away. But yeah.
Well, congrats on saving the man's life,
Yeah, that was fun. I don't really get to normally say I do that, but hey, at least this week we did do that.
Amen to that, brother.
Yep.
Ben, I have this idea.
Go ahead.
If you could pull all of those cars out onto the main line, and I mean like everything, let's just go ahead and delete all of that track and just relay it later.
Which track are you talking about? The one that I'm dicking with right now?
The one you're dicking with right now, and pretty much all the others. At least starting from the switches. Then we'll just set all of those cars out onto the main line. Because I thought I did a better job actually laying this stuff out than I did. I'm wondering if I just didn't freaking save it.
I don't know, man. Anything's possible.
So, you follow Rakita Law, right, Tony?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. So he made a video about the Kim Potter verdict and why he believes it's an incorrect one. I'd say he makes a pretty compelling argument that that it was a bad verdict.
And you could.
Because you remember, she was found guilty today on all charges,
For
first
what?
and second degree manslaughter.
What'd she do, anyways?
So Kim Potter, she's a police officer in Minneapolis, Minnesota. She was on a traffic stop. It was a felony stop.
You're
So,
linked.
hold on, let me correct it. So this spring, Kim Potter was an officer with Minneapolis, Minnesota Police Department. She was on a traffic stop. It was what they call a felony stop, meaning that they have, guns drawn and all that. Suspect was wanted for firearm violations. He had a felony warrant. So they're trying to get him out of the car, and she goes to grab her taser, and she, yells, "Taser, taser," but she grabbed her gun instead by accident. Shot him, he drove off, and then later died. And they charged her with manslaughter 1 and manslaughter 2.
Uh-huh.
Well, the problem, right, is that technically, according to Minnesota statutes, at the point the suspect was trying to drive away and there were cops there, she would have been justified if she shot him. So the issue is that, yes, she did not intend to shoot him. She was trying to tase him. But the action that she did wouldn't have necessarily been illegal if she had intended it. And it's almost not correct that as part of the state's charging, she had agreed to plea. Well, no, not she agreed. She didn't agree to plea. She was charged. Part of her charging was that she was charged for making a mistake. But then she was also charged with what kind of amounts to a half-intentional act. But something cannot be intentional and a mistake. It's either one or the other, and charging as both is really, really a gray area in terms of intent. Because when they charge, they're charging based off of what they argue the intent of the person was, and something can't be intentional and a mistake. And I'm probably doing a butchering job explaining this, but they charged her for both making a mistake and an intentionally negligent act. Which,
Right.
That doesn't fucking exist in the real world. That's not an actual thing that happens. Which, yeah. I don't know. The whole case is pretty fucked, but, because honestly, it doesn't seem... If you watch the video, she immediately regretted shooting him, didn't realize she had been drawing for her gun, and maybe I'm a bit biased here, but that seems to me like it was a bit unfair to kind of charge her that way, considering how much remorse she's shown. Because it's like, she's not posing a danger to the public. That was not an intentional act. That was an accident. And to treat it otherwise is pretty, it's pretty unfair and inaccurate, but I can understand why they did it. Because this happened, this shooting happened the same week as the Derek Chauvin verdict. So it was very political the second it happened. Everybody's been arguing that she was a racist, and yet in trial, when I was watching it, nobody was arguing this officer was racist. They were arguing that she was incompetent, which I'm not questioning. Any cop that draws a gun instead of a taser is objectively incompetent. I certainly wouldn't do it. I carry guns, and I would never accidentally draw it.
She was supposedly a like a 22-year officer or something like that.
Right, but she had been
known the difference
a pencil
between
pusher.
A 2-pound gun and a taser.
Mm-hmm. Right, but as someone who studies a lot of use of force laws, one of the issues in this case is that a lot of police departments around the country do this too. If you look, you'll find a lot of them do it. But poor gun and taser separation. So I don't remember Kim Potter's scenario, but for example, a lot of sheriff's departments use cross-draw taser holsters where you'll draw from the left side. Well, the issue is that with a cross-draw holster, you're still using the same hand to draw that taser. When the more appropriate thing to do would be to draw with your left hand, so that it's a different hand that's making the drawing motion.
That's the issue with cross-draw tasers or like front draw, where it's like a little bit in front of the gun. When it's the same hand, general good practice is that you have one lethal hand and one non-lethal. Your left hand, your non-dominant should be your non-lethal hand. So it should be your hand that uses pepper spray. It should be your hand that uses a taser. Your dominant hand should be your lethal hand. It handles your gun, right? That is best practice, but I don't think that that was going on in this case. And a lot of police departments and sheriffs and whatever don't do it that way. And it's just begging for something like what happened with Kim Potter to happen. Because when you don't separate them, that's what happens. Because under stress, our bodies have critically low amount of decision-making power.
Yep.
Anyway, that's getting into a whole separate debate, but yeah, that's my 2 cents on the Kim Potter case. I don't personally think that charge is correct, but I absolutely think she should have been fired on the spot. And I'm okay with the fact that they fired her. No question about it. Any cop that's that incompetent should be gone. But I don't necessarily believe that charge is accurate or fair.
Right. You know, and I'll watch that video in full later, but, you know.
Right. Because they're pushing... Right. Keith Ellison, the AG in Minnesota, he wants 20 years for her. 20 years in prison. That is more than a little bit extreme. They're arguing for a color of law enhancement when this entire act was not done based upon the fact that she had color of law. Color of law is it's inherent. She's a cop. It's always going to be a factor, but it's not a provoking factor. She didn't walk up on scene and go, "Oh, I'm going to shoot Dante Wright because I'm under color of law." No, she was just acting under color of law and acted like a fucking moron. And she acted like a moron. But she didn't act like a malicious moron. It's immediately obvious. She broke down crying like 3 seconds after she shot him. That sure as shit don't sound like a malicious guy. Not to me.
Nope. Shit.
That's the whole like thing about the case. Is it truly seems like she didn't want to shoot him, and for the state to then go, "Oh, well, not only did you shoot him, but we're going to try and get you in for 20 years." There are actual murderers that get charges less than that, infinitely less than that.
Well, and they're making it sound like that it was premeditated.
Mm-hmm. Right, which it isn't, and there is no evidence to back that claim up.
Right.
Because here's the thing. I think for the most part, recently, with the exception of this Kim Potter case, we've had some really good verdicts. They returned what I would argue is mostly the correct verdict with Derek Chauvin, guilty. They returned what I would argue is the correct verdict for Kyle Rittenhouse, not guilty. You know, these are all charges that make sense, and these results make sense. There was I forget his name, but there was a guy that in 2018, he shot a cop in his house. He shot a cop who was entering his house, and he was charged with murder. And he was acquitted on the grounds that he didn't know the police were there. They didn't announce themselves as police. He thought they were burglars, and he fired and defended his family. But he got charged with murder for killing the cop. He was found not guilty, and I'm okay with that. That's accurate.
There was a case supposedly down in Texas now where a guy walks onto like his ex-wife's property because she failed to exchange their children because they're kind of they were in the middle of a nasty divorce. Well, the boyfriend or whoever this guy was came out and told him to get off his property. Came out with I think it was a shotgun of some kind. I don't remember what kind of weapon it was. But
so there's video of it. There's a video if you want to watch it.
There is video of it, yeah.
Have you watched it?
Yes, yeah.
So if you watch the video, he had I think it's like it's a high point carbine. It's a PCC or a pistol caliber carbine. I believe it's a 9mm handgun carbine. And what makes those deadly is the really long barrel gives it a hell of a lot of muzzle velocity. But anyway, he had you're right on the money there. I look at that case and I don't think that's self-defense. I think that's murder.
Yeah, that. I
Here's
mean,
my
you know,
thing.
and
When the guy was up close to him, he could have shot him and it would have been legal. But he stepped back and had a clear amount of time to assess the situation, and then he deliberately chose to fire. That is not self-defense. That's not self-defense. Self-defense has to be reasonable, prudent, and necessary. And that is not reasonable, it's not prudent, and it's not necessary. So, homicide,
Yeah.
it's right there. That's what I would charge him with if I were the DA. I don't think it meets the bar for self-defense. And I don't know how knowledgeable you are, Ben, on any of this, but I don't think that meets a self-defense bar. I would charge if I were a DA.
I mean, Texas is very weird when it comes to self-defense, because like you can get away with a lot more shit in Texas, like you can in most states, other than maybe like Idaho or something.
Yeah. So Texas does have stand your ground, and that is going to be the one argument he's going to try and make, which is that it's his house and he's defending it.
Castle Doctrine.
And I
You
think
missed that
he
one
might,
too. Castle Doctrine.
Yeah. Well, Castle Doctrine's
Yep.
what I meant. I meant to say Castle Doctrine. What
Okay.
did I actually say?
Stand your ground.
Okay, well, yeah, Texas has stand your ground, which Castle Doctrine is going to be the main argument, right? Well, the problem is this, does Castle Doctrine apply here? Well, maybe.
Your house is your
The
castle.
thing is, well, yes, your house is your castle, but he wasn't in his house. He was in front of his house.
Doesn't matter.
And
Land.
arguably,
If he's on his land, that's his
Well-
castle. That's his land. It even extends so
No.
far. Yeah, no, hold on. You think
It's
I'm
okay.
bullshitting you, but there was a
I've
guy.
read the law.
No. There was a case in Texas on your home is the castle law, where a guy had his next door neighbor's house getting burgled. He went over and shot and killed the dude, and they let the castle doctrine stand for protecting that other guy's property because he was buddies with his neighbor. He so, like I said, whatever
So
you
that
think.
case, I actually know the case you're talking about. So that one was initially deferred, but he actually ended up getting charged on a second look into the case. And the reason is that while Texas law states the property, the issue is that, you know, Texas law has a few enhancer codes, and it also has what we call common law. And in common law, your castle, your domicile, is understood to be your primary residence directly in the confines. Because the issue with castle and castle doctrine is that it's a castle, meaning it's your fortress, meaning that if you're outside said castle, you can retreat into that castle, and then if someone enters, you can shoot them. But just your property doesn't really count as a castle, because the idea of a castle is, right, it's where you live, and it's like, it's the protecting area around you. So this is where I think he might get into trouble with castle doctrine. Is I don't think there's an argument to be made either way. You could say he's on his porch, so he's close enough to his castle, right? But he's not in his castle. And a lot of castle law doctrine, you have to be in your castle, and it depends state on state. I know in Idaho it has a very liberal castle doctrine. It's very, very friendly. But the thing with Texas is they don't have as friendly as gun laws as people think. They're actually somewhat restrictive in Texas compared to, say, I don't know, Washington and Idaho and like Utah and Colorado. Well, maybe not Colorado anymore, but it used to be Colorado. But the thing is, I'd have to look it up, because I've seen several different lawyers review the case, and they all have varying interpretations. But for the most part, castle doctrine or not, his act of stepping back, waiting, and then intentionally firing is what's going to fucking fry his goose. Because regardless of if it's castle doctrine, it was not prudent or necessary or reasonable. That's my 2 cents there from having watched a bunch of lawyers review it.
Okay, you're all linked up here, back here. Oh, wait a sec. I thought you were linked up right here.
Nope. There's no Lincoln pen in that one.
Okay, go ahead and back up. And 3, 2, 1, and okay, you linked, pinned. So are you all wanting to come all forward or what? Oh,
I was gonna
hold on.
take the whole train out.
Yep. Okay. I thought I had this linked. Okay, so you'll have to back this guy up too.
Okay, coming up.
Okay. Let me check these other guys here. So far, so good. Okay. Go ahead and give her a stretch. Go forward. And I'll watch these guys as they come around this curve. That locomotive having a hard time pulling forward?
Give me a sec.
I'm just making sure that all the brakes are knocked off.
God damn it.
What happened?
Well, go look at the back of the train. You'll see what happened.
Okay, I'll re-rail this shit. You... Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna try to pull forward. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. I'll just re-rail these fucking cars and put them on the other track.
You can always attach them to my train now. Well, I've got it cleared enough, I think.
I'll just have to play this ever so delicately. Woohoo. Oh, it's just doing weird shit. Screw you, game. Okay, it's doing that thing where it's not letting me see the linked pins here.
Okay. Well, I can, so if you'll, God damn it. If you want, I'll put this shit on the tracks and you can come and grab it.
Want me to back this other train up and hook it?
Sure call.
Or I could just simply push this crap forward with that other locomotive and call it good.
Yeah, you could.
I gotta chuck more wood into it. I gotta go all the way up to its tender.
It should have enough steam to do what we need to do with it.
I'm just creating some reassurance.
All you gotta do is just go push it forward a little bit. I mean, just bump the two cars forward. I'll hit him with the pin and...
So Rakita Law did a stream a few weeks ago about the Chad Reed shooting, but it's 3 hours long. I remember watching it, but I really wish he'd made a short video about it so I could like link that. But yeah, see if I can find some.
Did a perfect kick. Yeah, Rakita Law does a lot of great content.
Yeah, go ahead and back up, Tony. You're good to go.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and push it up. Good enough, I got it all.
Okay. Gotta run up and get more wood because it's still not building up the fire temperature that it should. And it's
gonna take
almost
it a
out of
minute.
the stuff I just put in. You lost a couple, but
What the
don't worry, man.
fuck?
I'm coming in behind you
How
to
the
shove them.
fuck? Okay.
I'll just shove them.
Well, hold on. Give me a second. I'm coming up to him. How the fuck did that happen? I don't fucking understand that. Keep coming. Go ahead. Come on.
What the heck?
Alright, take her easy. Come on in. Keep on shoving. Shove, shove, shove. Alright, Arlington Pens, you can stand by. Let me get this shit out of here. Let me put it up on the logging track. Or the sawmill track, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Oh. Hold on, I knocked the fan over. Give me a second here.
All right, Tony. Well, I'm gonna pop off for the night. Ben, I'm gonna pop off for the night.
Okay.
All right, man. Thanks for coming along.
Yep, cool. I hope to be playing this game soon with y'all.
Fuck that, man.
That
That's
would be-
stupid, Tony. Push that car up. I'm done with it.
Night, y'all.
Night.
Night. I don't see how this is that steep of a hill. Yeah, I'm just gonna push this fucking thing out, so.
Sounds good to me.
And then basically the main goal is just to clear out all of these cars, just leave them on the main line for now, so we could just rework these stupid yard tracks. Sorry, I thought I had corrected this problem, but apparently it didn't save. But then again, the damn game crashed on me when it happened too, so. Game's going like, screw you, man.
You still pushing my car up here, Tony? Come on, Tony. You got it. Come on, push it.
Just now coming out.
Take her easy, Tony. Here we come. Like, real easy, because I don't want to derail this dumb thing. There we go. Come on ahead. Half car. About a quarter car. About 10 feet. 5, 4, 4 feet.
Didn't think it was gonna stop like on a dime like that.
And that'll do. Yep, our LinkedIn pen ready to go. You cleared that switch. I'll throw it back. Well, no. Go ahead and come back. Let me get you in that switch. Let me hook up to that caboose. This way we're not getting in the way of anything. Unless you want me to throw the switch, I'll just throw the switch and just have you go up the other track and tie it up where that water dealio is down there. You know what I mean? The lead in for that water tower, whatever it is. It's a little stub track back behind us.
Yep. Yeah.
And then I'll go.
I was just gonna put.
Go ahead.
I was gonna put this. Yeah. Well, I'll just put this unit into it.
All right.
First I gotta decouple stuff. Do you mind coming back in here and doing it? Because it's not letting me do it.
Really? Hold on.
No, just did it. Never you mind. All right, starting back. I'll let you know when I have cleared the main.
Okay, I'm gonna push back slowly. I'm not. Right now, I'm literally just rolling backwards, so we're okay. Rolling down the hill. I can't see shit right now. Like, I can't see the back end of my train.
Yeah, you're slowly rolling towards me, so. Okay, you, sir, are free to keep moving back. The switch is locked for the main line for your movement.
All right, I'm coming back. Let's go grab that caboose.
Game crashed.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Well, having said that, I'm gonna go ahead and actually get off anyway because I'm
Sounds
getting pretty
good.
tired.
No, I understand. It's late. I need to get off too pretty soon. I was just trying to keep going and get some stuff done, but hey, did pretty good.
All right,
Got pretty
man.
far.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
You're always welcome.
Yep. God bless you. You have a good night, sir.
No, you too.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Come on, baby. Please, 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 please.